Hey everybody, and welcome to this episode of A Run Through. Today we're going to be covering the Fall Guys, or Fall Guys Ultimate Knockout, available on PS4 and Steam. So I'm going to just jump right into it because I put up a review earlier, and I was lukewarm on the game, and I didn't quite understand why I didn't like it, and then I realized it on sitting on it a little bit, and so I wanted to kind of review it, I guess, and give you the actual reasons why I don't think it's all that great. So I'm going to start from the top, I guess. So for the pros, at least, it runs really well, and it wasn't taxing on the system whatsoever. I think it was running temperatures basically at idle the whole time I was playing it on PC. So that's good. And I think the game is really bright and colorful, and I like the art style of it, but I think that is in service of covering up maybe more of the flaws of the game itself. And I'll get into that with this. So I see really where the monetization of this game could get pretty greedy, and I think a lot of it has to do with how simple the game is and how imprecise it feels. While, charging for cosmetics and stuff like that is totally fine, and especially in free-to-play games, that's also fine. However, this isn't a free-to-play game, but it's very set up like it's going to become one somewhat quickly. It feels like, and again, I think like with cosmetics, it's fine in a game where it's like you take Warzone or any other, because this is a battle royale game as well. I should say that in a sense, but you only have 3 buttons, so you have dive, jump, and grab, and that's it. You can do a combination of jump and dive, but other than that, there's nothing else. There's no like sprint or dodge or quick move or anything like that, which I think if it did have that would really add to the experience, or at least make it a bit more competitive feeling if you could sort of, quickly jaunt out of the way or sprint to a thing or dodge over here. I think you should have a full sprint, but if you had some kind of like time dash or something, would really make this game feel a lot better than it does. Because there's also no escape. So once somebody grabs you, just kind of wiggle until they let you go or whatever. And I just don't think that's in service of the game itself. It feels more like a slot machine than it does an actual competition. And so, again, like if you like the game and you want to buy stuff, that's totally fine. I just think that it being shown as a competitive type game, I think there's no real competition here. Because if you look at the footage that's being played, it's like, if once a wall comes up, you made the wrong mistake, that's fine. But that's all kind of random-ish. And then in addition to that, if someone jumps into you, moves into you, that's it. Like, and if you take all that out of it, like if you were to do exceedingly well throughout the entire competition, there's still mandatory team battles with you get picked with a random team or whatever. So if they do poorly, you just get knocked out and that's it. So again, it's like everything sort of has to align perfectly for you to win this game, as opposed to you actually doing well. So even if you, like I said, even if you are doing super well, your team could all do poorly, and then that's it. So everything you just did was for basically nothing. And I just find that really frustrating, like I said, in a game that it marks itself as a competitive sort of game. Now, I will mention there is a cooperative multiplayer. However, it's not like, I think this game would be great if you could take like a room of 12 friends or whatever, and maybe there was like a scoring system, and you could see who did the best or whatever. But that's not a part of this game either. It's you have a 4-person group that you can take in, but as far as I understand, it's the same setup. So like if you were to do a group fight here, it'd be your group with another group with another group, and then you would fight other sets of groups, or it would you would take in your team of 4 and fight a bunch of other single players or something like that, which I don't know. It's just not, that doesn't seem all that fun either. Like I could see it being more enjoyable that way for sure, but it definitely doesn't seem like that's the ideal way to play this game, or I don't know, or a good way to play it, I guess, rather. because it just doesn't seem like it's really any different. Your just friends happen to be in the same game. Like if you were like, even I would say, even as someone who, like, maybe if you were to stream on Twitch or something and you wanted your fans to come in and you wanted to all compete with your viewers or something like that, I can see that being really fun and also really frustrating, because I assume everyone would just target you and make sure you don't win. But either way, there's no option for that either, because there's no server browser, there's nothing like that, which I don't think that this game necessarily needs that. But if you could set up a game, on your own accord, that could be really fun. Like, the potential for that is much more enjoyable than what is set up here. Because also in this too, if you are to get knocked out or you lose, there's no like option to quickly re-queue a game and just go right back in. You have the option to just watch the rest of the game, or you can leave. But if you don't do it quick enough, you have to then watch it load through the next thing and whatever. So, and I have no idea why you would want to watch a bunch of strangers to see if they would do well or not. It just doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't make any sense. Again, if you're competing and you want to keep competing or whatever, I don't know why you would want to sit and watch a bunch of strangers play this game. I don't know. Yeah. Also I've been told there's 20 game types in this game. However, in the 7 or 8 matches I played, I think there was maybe only 3 games that were different from each other, from the pool, at least, that it keeps pulling from. I played the same several in almost every single one of them. Especially that wall one, I think, that was just playing, came up in basically everyone I did. So, again, that makes it already simple game, I think, stagnate even faster, is by not having a huge variety of options as far as these go. Because if you see here, it scrolls through tons and tons of game types, or presumably what seems like different game types. But I have not seen many, if any of them, again, or seen them change up. They've been almost the same every time. Another big thing too is there's no tutorial, and again, the game is very simple, so you don't necessarily need that. But if you had an area like an obstacle course that you could just run around in and sort of see how the game works, that would be great. Like, just some kind of training or something to get a feel for how the game plays, rather than having to do a competition. Because if you do poorly in the first round, you're out, and then you have to again load in, do it all again, go through the whole process. And there's a lot of people playing right now because the game just came out, but I could see easily within the next couple of weeks that dwindling pretty substantially, and then this game going free to play, because it's already pretty much set up as a free to play game. There is a battle pass you get free with the game, and then that's kind of it. Like, what I mean is there's a cash shop as well, and then there is the ability to buy coins and stuff, which they kind of do this in a weird way too. And I don't know if that's just because it's on Steam, but I don't think I've seen it this way before. But when you go to buy coins, it seems like you can only do it in the game, and then it automatically pulls you to like your cart with the price. It doesn't show you the price ahead of time, which I don't like. I think that's somewhat insidious, because it doesn't tell you. Yeah, like, it goes, here's the coin amount, no pricing, and then you click it, and then it goes, all right, $10 then, and you're like, well, hold on. Which again, you can earn all that stuff through in-game stuff. But that's another kind of issue, is like the amount of like, I think some of the lesser items even are like either 3 to 4 or 3 to 5,000 of these coins or whatever, and you get somewhere in the range of like 50 to maybe, I think the most I got was like 150 or 200 or something like that, and that was like getting all the way to like the last round and then not winning. So it's also like, and again, they're purely cosmetic, you don't need them, but again, I feel like that should be more generous in a game that you paid for, and unless the intention is to make this game free to play at some point soon and you're just an early adopter. But I just think that, yeah, I don't know, it just doesn't seem in service of the player at the moment. It seems more like they're trying to grab a bit of cash now while they can, and then they're going to switch it to free to play, which, that might be fine, but if they were more forefront, like more forthcoming with that information, that would be a little bit better. Because like I said, it just really feels like this will be free to play in the next like 2 months probably, or a little sooner, maybe a little later, but 2 months is the window I'm predicting on this one. Because it's just, yeah, like I said, it just seems out of the gate set up for that. Also, we'll say I tried to get on for a little bit before this to re-record so I could get some audio in the game, but the servers are all completely down and I haven't been able to log in. So that's something else I wanted to mention. Just, I'm sure that problem won't stand for long. I was having no problem last night, but yeah, today I tried to and it just wasn't working. So that being said, guys, thanks for watching. I don't really have too much else to go over. There's not a whole lot here. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next one.